Mir?
I got a couple takeaways, man. I didn't expect Deshaun Watson to be out for the entire season. I figured like somebody was gonna pick him up or they was gonna cave or something like that. I didn't expect.
You expected a happy ending for him?
Yeah.
Back everybody to Bro Opinion. Bro Opinion is a YouTube channel podcast where the bros get together and discuss all things pop culture, from movie, TVs, comic books, and everything in between. And today we make another stop at the sports section, and this time we're going over the championship games for both the AFC and the NFC NFL playoffs. But before we go into any deeper, why don't y'all introduce yourselves, bros?
What up, my peeps? It's your bro Josh, shooting from the 305, representing H-Town.
It's your bro Troy from the 313. No, I'm actually not from the 313. I'm shooting from the 313-248-586. Always repping that CO, baby. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
It's your bro Mir, just a kid from Columbus, shooting out a 913 or 816, depending on what side of the bridge you on. What's good?
It's your bro Ddotcar. I don't know what the hell the area code is here, so forget all that, man. I'm here.
Yeah, it's lastly, at least importantly, it is your bro Eastside Dev from the east side of Columbus 614. Only area code we represent.
I got a 740 joint.
Nah, G. You outside of that 270 outer belt. I can't even do it with you. All right, but let's bring up the graphic here. Let's start in the NFC. We had the fourth seed, the LA Rams at 12-5, battling the San Francisco 49ers at 10-7. This was a close game, closer than most of us probably would have thought. But what was your takeaway from this game here, Josh?
First off, got to give a shout out to Mir. He kept saying it from the get-go, Rams. So I got to give a shout out to him. He did call it.
Yes.
But I saw it as kind of a redemption for Matt Stafford, kind of saying, like, I told you I was good. I just need to get out of a bad situation. Good game, good redemption story for OBJ. You know, he did his thing in New York, had a pit stop in Cleveland, and then showed out again going to LA. So I'm happy for him. Like I said, it's a good game. Definitely, if you're San Francisco, it's that time to look for a trade partner for Jimmy G. And then, man, I felt so bad for Debo because I saw the video of him walking through the tunnel, and they had someone kind of like carry him back because he like just stopped, was balling. I'm like, dang, bro, this man gave his heart and soul to have a bum quarterback. Just couldn't a bum quarterback couldn't make a play, bro.
That wasn't the way I expected that to go.
Yeah, I ain't think it was
crying like Tyrese, boy.
Kyrie.
But yeah, that's my takeaway, bro. Like the Rams, good for the Rams, bro. Like good for a lot of redemption stories. So I can't wait to see what happens in the Super Bowl.
All right. Troy, what was your takeaway?
Man, shout out to the Rams, man. I honestly did pick them to win. But honestly, Matthew Stafford showed me something different, man. And honestly, a lot of the players that they picked up and went all in on this year kind of actually showed me something different. OBJ was a different person when he got to the Rams. Von Miller was kind of a little bit rejuvenated, man. And Aaron Darnold was still Aaron Darnold. You could see Jimmy G was the same Jimmy G we expected him to be, man. He was rolling the dice, man, and getting lucky first couple weeks, man, and it honestly showed who he really was. The last part of the game when they needed him, he just threw the ball up looking like Kyler Murray, and he was about to get sacked in the end zone. Like, you got to know what's going on, man. And he didn't. He didn't know what was going on.
That was almost a good play, man. That was it wasn't a horrible play. Like an inch, terrible. And that would have been a good play. But it was just a little too high. But continue, my fault.
You know, and that was a difference maker in the game, man. That's what sealed it for the 49ers, man. And they couldn't get back from that because obviously they already had no more timeouts left. Definitely think it was a great game, man. And 49ers came out looking good, just couldn't finish, man. And that's accredited to Jimmy G, man. So shout out to Devo for everything he did, man. He was really balling out, but you can't just be one person, man, and that showed. So
Yeah. All right, Amir, what was your thoughts on this game?
Hey man, my thoughts is what it's been for the past 2 weeks.
Here we go.
Shout out to myself, because I told y'all when we first started that the Rams, man, they had something, and then here they go in the Super Bowl. But it was a great game. I almost lost faith in the Rams because I thought 49ers was going to do something to close it out. But like Troy said, Jimmy G was Jimmy G. And you know what I'm saying? Situational awareness came down. He just chucked that joint up, sealed the game. But oh boy, who was it? Taft. He should be getting. They should have stoned him because he could have sealed the game with the interception.
Oh yeah, bro, that
Game
was the
would
worst
have been
interception drop
right
I've ever
in the-
seen.
man,
Yeah.
he got hit in the chest and in the hands. Like,
Man, he threw it straight to him. Ball ain't have nothing on it. It was straight to oh boy. Dropped it. But yeah, shout out to the Rams, shout out to the 49ers, shout out to Ryan Hamp, shout out to Said. Only 2 49ers fans I respect.
Yeah.
Man, busted up
Yeah.
scrap. No.
BUS. BUS, hold your head. But yeah, boy definitely got hands like feet. What was your thoughts on this, Ddotcar?
Oh man, just like everybody else said, man. Shout out to the Rams. They played a hell of a game. Shout out to Mir. He's been on the bandwagon the whole time, so I'm gonna give him that one.
Yeah.
My man Stafford, man, he showed everybody that Detroit wasn't his downfall. There, he still could play for real, and it was a situation more than talent. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for OBJ. They kind of went in on a lot of people, and usually when you got a situation like that where you bring in like a lot of superstars, it's like, hey, we're gonna win now. That shit don't always work out for real. But here they are in the Super Bowl. It worked out for them. It's good for them. I feel like McVay, man, he tried to blow that game for real. Like, I don't know if I trust him as a coach, bro. He was on some woozy shit.
Yeah.
He really tried to cost.
He's not as smart as he think he is.
Nah,
They
he wanted
did
to
like
lose
run the
and
ball
think he is.
awfully a lot that game.
Yeah, but like even the challenges where he was like, bro, like when they weren't even close. Like you out here blowing timeouts that you're gonna need later. Like this on some woozy
Knowing
shit.
them doing.
Yeah, so I feel like that kind of won in spite of the coaching, which I mean makes it even more impressive. Like they played a hell of a game. My man Jimmy G was Jimmy G. Like I said, he's been solid. He's been a solid quarterback,
man.
but he's not a star. Like, so I feel like it's time to move on. They've already said they're moving on. Hopefully he ends up. I really don't care where he ends up. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, shout out to the Rams, man. Good victory for them. It's gonna be an interesting Super Bowl. So yeah, that's my take.
Yeah.
So quick question. I got a question. So like, we can really say that Stafford is the man off of one season.
He's been the man, bro.
He's been the man.
Man.
Y'all
Downplaying what he did in Detroit, bro. That boy been putting up numbers like anybody
He was.
I've been championing him, bro, for a long time.
He was fired post Megatron too.
Bro,
I mean,
if you've ever played fantasy
Somebody
and had
got
Matthew
the ball.
Stafford, he's been putting up numbers for a minute, bro.
He made what's old boy? He made Kenny Galladay look good. He made Marvin Jones look good. He had plenty, bro. Matthew
He couldn't make old boy from USC look good though. What was old boy's name?
Ooh, which one was that?
Some Jones, I think, bro. He's supposed to be the next up, bro. USC receiver, anyway.
I know who you're talking about. I can picture it. I just
Yeah.
didn't think of his name.
Yeah. But yeah, my takeaway on this game, I mean, hey, shout out to you, Mir. I mean, I'll just tell my hat now, so I don't got to do it later. You know what I mean? But anyway, the Rams, I mean, the Rams took care of business. I mean, the 49ers, they had a good run, and they just couldn't get the ball running. Like, they couldn't get their run game established. I think Debo only had like 63 rushing yards or something like that. And I think they needed a lot more out of him. No fault of his own, but that defensive line for LA is the real deal. So it really held him in check. But Cooper Cup be Cooper Cupping, you know what I mean? So when it
Got to
come down
mention
to
Cooper
it,
Cup.
yeah, when it come down to it, you got Cooper Cup, the baddest white boy on the field, and you gonna do some things. You know what I mean?
Man, like you like Stone Cold bad. Like that's a bad man.
That's
right
a
there.
bad man right there.
Hey, Dev, so you happy that the Niners that beat your Cowboys is actually out now? They made it as long as they did.
Keeping it all transparent. My first team was the San Francisco 49ers. I'm always going to have a spot in my heart for the 49ers. I wasn't mad at the 49ers, and I actually think their jerseys are some of the best in the NFL, so I'm a little sad to not see those jerseys moving forward. But I picked the 49ers this past week. Part of me was just trying to get back in the standings, and the other part was because I thought, maybe the 49ers could keep the magic going, but Jimmy G at the worst possible time made a Jimmy G mistake. But he is a overall winner. Like Debo tweeted out, bro. Like check his record. He was just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Like, come on, dog. Like so, but at the worst possible time, it came out and Jimmy G, made a mistake. And I compared him to Romo in the group chat a little earlier. Like at the worst possible time, you be as solid quarterback as you want. But in crunch time, if you make a mistake, that's going to be what you define by it. And I think that's unfortunately how we look at Jimmy G. That's how we look at, Westbrook. That's how we look at Tony Romo. And unfortunately, as talented as they may be, when the chips are down, pitch to the middle of the table, can you get it done? And Jimmy G hasn't been able to do that. Like that guy up in Green Bay. Yeah, I'm still taking shots. You trash, Aaron Rodgers. But, so before we move into like what we think about the Super Bowl, like what do y'all think about Aaron Rodgers on Green Bay? Aaron Rodgers coming to San Francisco.
I don't want to back you up. So I feel like what Dev said about like Cowboys 49, I feel like when you were young, before you knew what you knew, you was either a Cowboys fan or a 49ers fan.
Absolutely.
You had to be. One of the other choices. That was it.
If you were born in the 90s or 80s or 90s.
Born in the 90s, you was one of them.
Yeah. You was there till you found yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, Steve Young, Montana, Jay Rice, Dion, bro. Like you had to be one of the two. Like, yeah. Especially when Dion went to the 49ers, like, bro, who wasn't a 49ers fan? Like, I had the starter jacket, I had to pull over. Like, come on, bro. I think everybody was a 49ers fan at one point for real.
Exactly. But back to what do y'all think? Like Aaron Rodgers to San Francisco, that seemed like a good fit.
He's a Cali boy. Go home.
Agreed.
He looked like a surfer. Kenny. That was a good fit, bro. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers that dude though.
He can win there. Him and Debo there together, and then they bring in another piece or something to,
I think
I have no doubt they can make it to the playoffs. Will they make it past that, win a Super Bowl?
No, I don't think, because I think Rodgers is going to Rodgers.
It's definitely an upgrade though. It's an upgrade from Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Definitely. They just got to the championship game, so why can't they get there again?
Yeah, and you look at it like this: the NFC has gotten significantly weaker with one announcement this week. Tom Brady retiring.
Facts.
So that's a playoff spot that's opening up. You know what I mean? So So that I think they could get back there. I think they will have a good chance of getting back to the Super Bowl, running through the NFC.
Where do they go for quarterback?
Tampa. Well, Aaron Rodgers could go there.
Aaron Rodgers could go there. Aaron Rodgers is like the prettiest girl at the dance right now. You know what I mean? It's a couple spots he could go to.
They bring Jameis back.
I'm pretty sure.
Shut up, nigga.
No, hold on. But Jameis got the LASIK now.
Yeah, he got the LASIK now, bro. You can see now.
And you still couldn't see the field over White Boy Runner.
He was dropping down.
He just got hurt. He
was playing good.
Please. All right. No, Jameis ain't going back. What we entertaining this for, bro?
You never know, bro.
Hey, man, Cam went back to the Panthers.
Hey, everybody.
That nigga got kicked out again.
Never know.
Ain't that the same, bro? You can always come back home, bro.
Nah, that's not the same.
No, that ain't how that works.
Ain't how it work. All right, so switching over to the AFC. We had our AFC championship game. We had the Chiefs coming in at 12-5 versus the Bengals at 10-7. And this one got away early, but we know how it ended. So take us through this one, Josh. What was your thoughts?
All right, so I'm gonna say it. Shout out to all the OH boys out there.
Ayo.
Because I know everybody, no matter who you are. My dad is an OH boy. My dad grew up in Cleveland, but shout out to Ohio. They doing this thing right now. Watching that game, it's funny. I saw on Twitter Eli Apple. he called Tyreek a baby. I say, but he did. That was the game. If you think about it, that was kind of the game saving / turning play. I don't know why they decided to run that play. Like that play calling for Kansas City, I think went to shit in that after that second half because I don't know what happened, but then you got to give credit to Cincinnati's defense, and of course, Billy Buckets, the franchise, whatever you want to call them, Smooth Joe, oh my God, bro, like
Joe Burr.
I don't even know what else you can say. I don't even really know what else you can say because just shout out to Cincinnati, bro. They did their thing, went into Arrowhead and they did their thing, bro. So
into Arrowhead, that's big. That crowd is when they talk about loud crowds, they talk about Seattle and they talk about Arrowhead. And you went in that mug into the jungle, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? But so Troy, what was your takeaway with this one?
Man, so first off, shout out to Ohio, Cincinnati. The Bengals made it. The Bearcats made it in the national championship playoff, man. So Ohio doing some big things, man. But Joe Burrow, you owe me $400, bro. You supposed to throw the ball 4 more times, fam. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But Kansas City, man, really shot themselves in the foot halftime, not going in trying to kick that field goal, getting a little too cocky and trying to get that touchdown, and then also not playing to get a touchdown in that fourth quarter before going into overtime, man. Like you gotta play the score instead of trying to play the clock. You gotta put all the chips in and see what happens, man. And they didn't do that. They tried to play it safe, and they played it safe and got jammed up, man. So they let me down, man. I was hoping that Mahomes was gonna be able to pull it out, but shout out to the Bengals again, man. They did a great job, man. Mixon did his thing, and Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow, whatever you want to call him. He did his thing, and Jamar Chase did his thing too, man. So shout out to the Bengals, man. Hopefully this will be a good Super Bowl. And it's crazy, like I said it before, like the same thing happened in the regular season. The Bengals was down at halftime and came back and won the game by 3 points. So shout out to the Bengals, man.
All right. Mayor, what was your takeaways?
Man, this is a case of jumping off of the bandwagon.
Sucker.
I believed in Pat Mahomes, but man, the Bengals, they played a great game. Like, because when the game was going on, like first quarter, I'm like, bro, I'm about to talk all kinds of shit because they up 21-3. I called it. I said they weren't gonna score more than 7 points. And then they scored. I'm like, all right, cool. But the turning point for real, like Troy said, like Josh said, was them not kicking the field goal going into halftime, trying to get a touchdown. You're supposed to get points regardless of what they are. Put them on the board. Bit them in the shot themselves in the foot with that. But yeah, it was overall a great game. Kind of sad that Pat Mahomes couldn't pull it out, but Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr, Joe Thorough, he played an amazing game. Bengals defense played a great game. They shut
Except for Eli Apple
down. So
he played decent.
Nah, bro.
No, all right.
You was still getting cut up, bro.
No. This is you would never get no Eli Apple praise from me. He was talking crazy about the Giants like we was
his mama.
Terrible. Yeah, like
Mama.
We drafted you higher than you should have went. Like, come on, man. You've been
might have been right, bro, because
you
never should have did that.
Like, bro, come on, man. calling Tyreek Hill a baby. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see Tyreek's response though is like, bro, just hit my line. I don't do this. I don't do this social media beef, bro. Hit my line.
Yeah, bro. Like, I got a Super Bowl when you don't. You playing in one, but you not the reason you there. Like, come on, man.
Bro, he need to do some off-season workouts with Tyreek Hill. Get that footwork together. Stop getting burned.
get some speed on him or something.
Yeah,
Come
bro.
on, man.
Put some respect on Tyreek's name. But yeah, what was your takeaways on this one, Ddotcar?
Man, I never wavered for a moment. It was all the way, bro.
I heard some
Just like my
trembling in your
man
voice
here.
last week.
Never, bro.
You find it in your
I
heart?
called it from jump. I knew my boys had it in them after the first game.
Your boys. Oh, here
My
you go.
boys, they
Here
my
we go.
boys now. Hey, it's,
That nigga
it's
went
Ohio
down
against the
7.
world.
It
Regardless
was
of everything, it's
270
Ohio against
South.
the
Now he
world.
is
Hey,
Cincinnati.
Ddotcar don't got no team, bro. He can play.
When I ain't got no team, exactly. I ain't got no dog
type.
in the fight, so I can be wherever I want. But nah, my boys held it down. My man Joe with the magic. After that first game, bro, I already knew what it was. I wasn't sure. Like I said, there was some iffy moments. That first half, bro, was looking ugly for real. But like everybody else said, man, I think the momentum change was them not scoring before half, and it gave them a chance to get their shit together. They came out in the second half. The defense locked down. My man Joe got it going. He said it himself. Their second half team was like hated for it to be that way, but it is what it is. And they showed that. And their second half team, they came out on fire, and they got the job done, man. That defense was beautiful. Like, what more can you say, man? Cincinnati is in the Super Bowl. Shout out to my man Dash, man. He's been a fan for quite a while. He's been through some
tears.
shitty ass years.
Yeah,
As
a
a
lot of
Bengals fan.
tears.
So shout out to that man. He's happy as hell.
Yeah.
They deserve it, man. They deserve it. I can't even think of a bigger underdog to like make it to the championship than this. I don't know. I'd have to reach back. Like I'm thinking like maybe like I don't even know, bro. Like UConn and college ball, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty big.
You know
How
who it
underdogs were Jake Delhomme and the Panthers back then when they went against the
that 8-8 Giant Super Bowl team.
Yeah, you might be right. You might
You're right.
For real.
Yeah.
Now, was y'all
I don't know,
8-8 or
but
9-7?
Nah,
No,
It's still like you got to put it all together. I get record, but it's the Bengals. Like
Yeah,
that just adds so much more
but
weight
it was the what 18-0, 17-0.
I mean, I hear you.
Bro, these dudes ain't been
probably
won a
spread-wise,
playoff
they
game
underdogs,
since
but-
when, bro?
Hey, bro,
it's
just
the
let me pick the
Bengals.
Giants up without any pushback. How about that?
No, sir.
No,
But no, I'm happy for Cincinnati, man. I'm happy for the state. Happy for the city. We're gonna keep riding, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, like Ddotcar said, I never wavered for a moment. I was with this team from the very beginning. But yeah, I hopped on the bandwagon late, but you know what I mean? It's still a free ride. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, but yeah, Joe Burrow, man, goodness gracious, well, this boy just comes up and makes plays, you know, he makes coaches look smart. And, you know, with the Kansas City, bro, it's like every time you see him get the ball, it's like, bro, how can you possibly stop this team? Kelsey, Tyreek, you know, Pat Mahomes running back there doing his thing. They got the running game going. Like, how does this team ever lose games? And for the life of me, the only thing I could come up with is that, you know, when you got coaching staffs that have all this wealth of talent, they just try to get too smart and too cute and just, bro, play football, man. Like, dog, play football. Take the 3 points. Stop trying to be cute and fancy and, you know, make splash plays. Bro, it's really simple. Run the ball, throw it to Kelsey on the play action, get Tyreek involved in some open crossing routes. Like, bro, they should not lose games with this wealth of talent. But somehow they did, and somehow they did to the Bengals again after being up, you know, double-digit points, this time 18 points, and you lose in the championship game. So I don't know. You know, I fully expect Kansas City to be right back here in the championship game next season, but like they got to figure out some stuff. Tyreek was on the sidelines going crazy, like, dude, I'm wide open. Eli Apple's covering me, bro. I'm open. Throw me the ball. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see, you know, how this shakes out in the playoffs. You know, good for Joe, good for Cincinnati, like y'all said, man. Like, it's been a long time coming for these Bengal fans, you know what I mean? So I'm glad to see them being represented here. So let's move right into the championship game here, the Super Bowl that we've all been waiting for. We got 2 4 seeds. I don't know if anybody seen this coming. 4 versus 4, 12-5, 10-7. LA Rams are at home for another Super Bowl. 2 years in a row, Super Bowl is, you know, we got the home team at their own stadium for the Super Bowl. So Let's reverse the order. Ddotcar, what you think about this upcoming Super Bowl matchup?
Bro, you already know what I think about it. We're bringing it home. Ohio against the world. My man Joe Shiesty is going to shock the world, and we're going to bring a Super Bowl to Cincinnati. What more can I say, man? They just on a magical run that ain't got nothing to do with numbers or stats. So me saying they got this weapon here and this and that, it ain't even about that no more, man. It's all about the magic of the moment and what we got going on right now.
So you just in a sports movie right now.
Yeah, like, bro, this is a Disney joint. Like,
yeah,
ain't nothing stopping this right now.
Backside George reverse.
Fact. Like, it doesn't matter what happens at this point, bro. We're gonna pull it out. It's gonna be some movie shit. We might get down early. We're gonna come back, and it's gonna be dramatic. Like, my man Joe Shiesty is gonna pull it off, be MVP. He's going to Disneyland, doing all that shit, bro. Like,
showers.
Cincy with the dub, man. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty decent scoring game. Probably say like 27-24 Bengals. Last second kick, my man
McPherson.
What's his name? McPherson.
Man.
Come through again in the clutch.
Shooter.
But I'm hoping for a good game, but the result is what it is, man. Cincinnati.
No doubt. All right. So what you think, Mir? You still riding? What you riding with?
I jumped off of the bandwagon prematurely last week. I'm going with the Rams, man. I'm sticking to my guns, man. I'm getting my favorite player in the NFL is OBJ. I'm sticking with OBJ. If I could find a way for Joe Burrow to win and the Rams, I'd be all with it. Like, if they do, funky Space Jam stuff where, Joe Burrow is the QB for the Rams in the second half, I go for it. But yeah, I'm going with the Rams, man. But, the Bengals win. I won't be mad because nobody can beat me with the records. They can only tie. So.
All right. So, give us a score. What you thinking?
I'm thinking 27-21 Rams.
Okay. All right. Troy, what you think about this game?
Man, so this reminds me of Cavs down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors, man. This is Ohio versus Cali, man.
World, boy.
And this stuff. So Mir made a good point, man. We could tie. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the tie, man, and root for the Bengals, man. Hopefully Joe Burrow don't leave me out to dry like he did last week. Owe me that 400. But I'm gonna go with the Bengals, man, and say 27-24 because they've been winning by field goals, man. So
okay,
let's go Bengals.
All right, Josh, what do you think about this matchup?
Ooh, it's gonna be good. It's crazy because Rams might be at home, but they're not the home team. Like the home team for the Super Bowl is Cincinnati, which is weird. But it is what it is because they rotate. But right now they got Rams favored by 4.5. I kind of like that spread. It's a great story for the Bengals. Good run, great run. But like I said, I think the bigger story is the redemption of Matt Stafford and OBJ, and to a degree, Sean McVay, because Sean McVay, he needed two. So, because he basically said, I'm going all in. I couldn't win with Jared Goff. I'm going to win with Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
I see the score 30-24 Rams.
All right. And you know where I'm lying at. You know what I mean? Who I've been with from the very beginning.
The Cowboys.
Right. The Cowboys of the AFC, the Cincinnati Bengals.
There you go.
No. They weren't the Cowboys at AFC. They actually won.
No, they actually winning.
Oh, yeah. They have a good
quarterback y'all in 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm going with the Bengals, bro. They're still dancing, bro. And until that music stop, I'm gonna keep riding with them. I was a late addition to the bandwagon. My seat way in the back, but we go for them confetti showers for Joe Burrow. What a story. Second year of the league, bro. From worst to worst record, one of the worst records in NFL to being in the Super Bowl. I think this team has the grittiness to what it takes. We know where the Rams, kind of are, are beatable here. We've got a good blueprint for these past few teams, and if the Bengals pass rush can come together, I think this game will be really interesting. So I'm gonna take the Bengals. I'm gonna say it's going to be a lower scoring game. I'll say 19-17 Bengals. And we're gonna bring it back home to Ohio. You know what I mean? School's gonna be shut down in Cincinnati, the day after. So I'm really looking forward to, seeing Ohio get another chip, you know what I mean? So I'm going with the Bengals. Joe Burrow, I can't bet against him at this point. Home alone, you got one more trick up his sleeve. So let's bring it home, Joe. All right. So those are our predictions here. Take a look at the final playoff. Well, take a look at our teams that we picked for the Super Bowl. You can see it around our head. And so moving along, give me 1 second to transition. All right, so moving along. So, we've talked the playoffs. We've gone over, everything playoff wise. What would you say is your biggest takeaway? Aside from Joe Burrow, aside from the redemption story, any other takeaways from the playoffs that you guys, this season that you kind of expected, didn't expect? Let's start with you, Josh. Biggest playoff story aside from the two Super Bowl teams.
I would say, if you look at it, some play calling decisions really messed up for people. Like some of the play calling, I don't know, what happened, but like the play calling with Kansas City, Buffalo, maybe who if they would have could have done something, But overall, man, like to have 3 back-to-back really, really good weekends. I mean, that's a shout out to the NFL for that, bro, because that's rare, and they see why it's king. Why football will always be king in the States. So Ain't nothing gonna top it.
Absolutely, that's a good one. So, what's your takeaway from the playoffs this year?
Man, really, it was really good football this playoff, man. Like it wasn't a lot of blowouts, and the blowouts we expected them. And the games that was really good, we didn't expect, man. So it was really good to watch all playoffs. A lot of overtime games, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed playoff football. And then also, the thing I learned is all it takes for Tom Brady to retire is a busted lip. So, that's all it took. Got my man under the chin. He's like, all right, I'm done with this.
I'm done. That's enough.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, man. So,
all right, what about you? Yep. All right, what about you, Mayor?
I got a couple takeaways, man. I didn't expect Deshaun Watson to be out for the entire season. I figured like somebody was gonna pick him up or they was gonna cave or something like that. I didn't expect.
You expected a happy ending for him?
I expected somebody to. Honestly, expected it to be the Dolphins because at the beginning, Tua was trash. I expected the Dolphins to swap out Tua for Watson, blah blah blah. I didn't expect the Giants to be as trash as they were. I lost the jersey bet for this year, so every year we bet who has the best record. Everybody pitch in and buy him a jersey. Dev won.
I'm still waiting on my Micah Parsons jersey, by the way.
Hey, we getting it together. The season, long as you got it before the next season start, you get money.
There you go.
Hey, how I get in on that, man?
By just saying, hey,
if you want to donate a jersey, just do that.
I'm gonna wait a couple years though.
You're not gonna win at all.
Hey, once Matt Ryan gone, count me in.
Hey, we got OT and love with Daniel Jones, so I'm gonna double down again this coming season. But what else was a surprise to me? Aaron Rodgers wetting the bed. I think that was a surprise. We all expected him to go. Especially after, knowing what he did and Brady lost too. Like it was an easy road for him to,
oh, man.
Get him it was a breeze to get in there. Those was really the only takeaways. I expected more from the Giants. I expected Watson to be traded. I actually expected more trades for real. It wasn't really
a lot of movement. You think COVID had a play in that? Not a lot of movement this year.
Yeah, I might have
Rams was
been
the only ones
COVID.
active.
Yeah, nobody really did anything.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't see that one. All right, what about you, Ddotcar? Any takeaways from the season playoffs?
From the playoffs specifically, I'm gonna kind of touch on what Mayor was on. Yeah, I thought Rodgers was gonna end up in the Super Bowl. So yeah, he definitely wet the bed and it was a big disappointment, man. I'm very disappointed in Aaron Rodgers right now.
Oh man,
I thought Brady had another year in him, so I'm kind of surprised he hung it up. But like
yeah.
Troy said, he got hit in the mouth and called it a wrap. That was enough for him.
Nobody bleed my own blood.
Yeah, but no, everybody else kind of touched on, man, a lot of good football, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, 2 weeks ago, craziest shit ever. That was an amazing weekend of football. I don't think I've ever seen anything better than that. So just some good playoff football, man. Really enjoyable playoffs. It's only gonna get better here in a couple weeks. So yeah, those are my takeaways.
Yeah, good takeaways. Yeah, my thoughts. It's like Josh kind of touched on it, but the NFL did a really good job with this new playoff format and getting that one bye team. One team gets the bye, and it really resulted in a lot of great football. Maybe the best playoffs we've seen in a long time. I try not to be a prisoner of the moment, but I don't remember being this excited game in, game out. Even casual fans like, hey, did you see that? And it's always special when you get new blood in the Super Bowl. So that's good to see. But yeah, my takeaway was Cowboys were the Cowboys when the Cowboys needed them to be not the Cowboys. And Dakota Prescott, wet the bed, and then he went over Aaron Rodgers' house and he must have told him how to do it, and Aaron Rodgers went to bed, and just
the blueprint.
Exactly. And I didn't expect Tom Brady to be going home this early. I expected the Bucks Green Bay NFC Championship game, which would have been phenomenal as a sending off for either one of them, but we didn't get that. But I don't think anybody's disappointed, especially considering the football we've gotten, as a result. So. But it's been a great playoffs, great season. Season went by quick, of course. I always feel like it goes by quick. But I'm really excited for the Super Bowl and then look forward to next year. But speaking of next year, Washington Redskins revealed I won't say revealed, had their team name revealed by some nosy helicopter pilots. But, so it comes out that the Washington Commanders.
Booty.
Thoughts on that, Ddotcar?
It's just terrible, bro. What is this? Is this the AFL, bro? Like, what is this? It's flag football? What league is this, bro? That name
AFL,
is Bush League,
bro.
Like, they should have just kept the Washington football team. I feel like that's grown people. I feel like people are used to saying it. Like, just stick with that shit at this point, bro. Because Commandos is not it, bro. That's terrible.
Not it, yeah.
That's almost worse than the Guardians, bro. Like, they're just bad names, bro. Like.
So Washington football team, that would have been your pick for the name.
I mean, you might as well. Like, they've been calling it that for the last 2 years. You might as well keep it, bro. People are getting used to it. You got merchandise. Now you're trying to push the Commandos on people. Like,
did they have merch? I never seen anybody in Washington football team shirt or anything like that.
I've seen a lot of WFT.
Okay.
Yeah, they had WFT jerseys. They had all of that.
Yeah. Like, and then you got racist white people who was mad already that they switched it from the Redskins. So like, that's not helping them. Like, they were kind of getting used to the Washington football team, and then you switch it again. Like,
if you was a Washington football team fan, then you got bigger problems. So hey, do it.
That's what you gotta be born into. Like, you don't become a Washington fan after.
You weren't born in the '60s, bro. You're not a Washington fan.
Facts.
But what you think the name should have been there?
I don't know. I just think like the Washington Commanders. Shout out to James. He said it sounded like a blitz the league.
Yeah. Hey, hell of a game, by the way. Hell of a game.
like Washington Commanders versus the Vancouver Condors or something. I was like, this is terrible. I doubled down with Ddotcar because I said it too. I was like, man, the football team, like, that's way better. People are used to it. I'm used to it. I thought it was weird. when
I
they
thought it was weak
like,
at first, but it's like,
yeah, it was weak, but then they started playing, and I'm like, all right, that's a cool name. That's all right. I'm not a fan, but but the Commanders, nah, bro. That is definitely not it. I would have said like I forgot what it was going to be initially, but the dude he copyrighted all of the names that they was like thinking of.
Yeah,
like
I remember they had put out a list or something. What they like?
the Guardians was like number one. It was like the Guardians, and then I can't remember the other one, but yeah, dude went out and he copyrighted every single last one of them. So that's why it took so long. But yeah, Commanders, they need to go back to the think tank for that.
Man, they could have came up with something, bro. DC is known for they gotta be known for something. Like, bro, Commanders,
they do.
that's all you got. Like,
man, you could have been the Washington Nike boots, the phone posits, bro.
Hey, but Washington as a general has had the Washington Bullets. Like, what does Washington even come up with these names, bro? They just
you in the DMV, bro. You liable to get
They could have went with so you got the Wizards, bro. They could have went with sorcerers or something.
Nah,
sorcerers.
Warlocks.
The Warlocks.
Like,
hey, you got war in it, DC war, United States. That could have worked. What about
I thought that was one of them, one of Warhawks or something like that. One of them they was talking about. I thought it was like Warhawks or something like that.
Anything, bro.
I don't know,
chose
man.
anything.
The Guardians
clearly
because Washington, White House, guard the White House, blah blah blah.
But is it Cleveland, the baseball team, the Guardians, though, right?
Yeah, that's the Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of already gone. I mean, different sport. Yeah.
They could have been. They could have talked to the baseball team and been a Washington National Football team.
But with the Washington Commanders, that's a good point. Don't they got to change their colors to like red, white, and blue, like the Wizards, like the Nationals? Like what?
No, not really.
I mean, ideally, I would think so, but they're gonna keep the Indian theme shit they got going on.
Keep the burnt orange and yellow.
Yeah, which doesn't really make sense. Yeah, ideally, you would think maybe they would switch the colors up, but
they're gonna sell all of the jerseys.
Clearly, they're not trying that hard, bro. They pulled that shit out of hat and was like, yeah, this is the name now.
Yeah, Washington football team shirts get to Africa on Tuesday, so good for them. But Troy, what's your thoughts on this name? Any suggestions?
Honestly, I feel like it's better than the Washington football team, bro. Like I was like, when they first came out with the Washington football team, I was like, that
shit was lazy as fuck.
So like the Commanders, the Washington Commanders, it makes me think of toy soldiers.
That's a good one. I do think of that little white guy soldier with the buzz cut.
What was his name, bro? He was a menace.
He was out here crazy. Like,
I'm about to go look it up, bro. I'm about to go look it up.
That's a good
one. I don't know. They could have came up with something. I mean, I guess that works because it's Washington. I don't know, man.
The play on the Generals, bro. Like
could have been the Washington Stick Up Boys or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they already
Washington D Boys.
You're right. Washington Wires or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, but I mean, I guess the Commanders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you like it better than a football team, so.
But I mean, it could have been the same as something else, you know what I'm saying? Because we got the Chicago Cubs, we got the Chicago Bears. They both Bears, but
yeah, I like when cities have that kind of common theme. Like Pittsburgh, all their sports teams have the same color pattern. I like when cities do that type of stuff.
Correct. I mean, Pittsburgh Pirates, Penguins, and then the Steelers. They all black and gold.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
Goddamn Penguin in Pittsburgh.
It's cold enough.
Yeah, that is crazy. When you think about it, Washington sports, like, ain't no continuity there. I mean, they get there. They were, but you remember the Wizards, like, what was their colors like?
Blue,
some other shit like
white. They was blue, gold, and white.
The white, gold, and
black. Oh, the gold, the Gilbert Arenas joint.
Yeah, alternate. Yeah.
Dang,
so they had some woozy colors too.
But do you think of a wizard as a red, white, and blue wizard? Like
I don't.
That ain't really magical.
It's the DC Washington thing more so than
American wizard.
Like I get
But
the
then-
theme. You got the Nationals, you got the Wizards, and they all got the red, white, and blue joint going. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I
know.
get it with the Patriots if they don't want to be like super patriotic about it. But you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but yeah, Josh, what's your thoughts on this team, man? Any suggestions?
You could have picked anything but the Commanders, but just the toy soldier reference was Commandos, and it was General Chip Hazard, played by Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
I had to look it up.
And
That was a
it's
great
himself.
movie. But man,
Beautiful.
I don't know. I saw some of the fan names that they had. Like, oh, okay, like some of them seem all right, but to come up with the Commanders is. I would have preferred Commandos. Honestly, they would have said the Commandos. I was like, all right, well, at least they made a movie reference. I would have taken that, but Commanders it doesn't sound right. It sounds like all the football names sound like they football names. Commanders,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
It
sounds very
so
cliche.
doesn't sound
generic,
like a
bro.
football name.
Yeah, but if you go with the Commandos, you got to think of the fans that be out there. Then you gonna have some crackpot fan trying to
How they
show up
going-
without
going
draws
They
on.
going commando at every game. We commando.
None of the players wear draws.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Then that could have worked because then it would have been like, it's Washington home game, no draws night,
Okay, no draw.
Okay, so here I got the list up of the names that they were considering.
Okay.
So it's the Armada, the Brigade, Commanders, Defenders, Presidents, Red Hogs, Red Wolves, and then Washington football team.
Red Hogs.
Defenders
Yeah,
are
Red
Hogs.
Hogs and Red Wolves.
Red
Is it
Wolf,
Hogs or Hawks? Hawks.
Hogs.
Like Hogs.
Like a
like-
pig.
like Pumbaa.
Yeah,
well,
like
that's a callback to their old offensive line. They used to be I forget what they called them.
Yeah. I like Red Wolves. Like they should have.
No.
Why do animals need the colors with it, bro?
I don't know.
Washington Black
The
Bears.
rest of
Like
those-
what?
The rest of them
Bro.
stink though. Like
You
Armada.
never seen no
Brigade.
red wolf in your life.
Right.
They should have just went with presidents, bro. Put Obama
Nah,
on there.
that's the trashiest one on the list.
Yeah, have Barry on there like this.
Right.
Presidents.
With his tan suit on.
Yeah, I mean, when you go through that list, it's like the Washington football team is the one that
was
sounds
so
the most
ridiculous,
normal at this point.
For real, for real.
Defenders would have been all right, I guess.
Defenders is decent, I guess.
Yeah, that's decent.
that
That sounds
mean
like
they
a
ain't got no
soccer team,
offense.
though.
Yeah, sound like what was it, the Armadas or whatever?
Yeah, Armada.
What the hell is
What
that?
is it? What is an Armada?
Is that a car?
It's a military.
That's
term,
Arcadia,
like,
I think. You a Arcadia.
Armada. Yeah, that's a Nissan, eh?
Bro, I don't know what it is.
That's a Nissan truck, the Armada.
Yeah, it is a truck too.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Hey,
But
they could
what
have gave
is
it away
that,
at the
an
game.
animal? Like,
Nah,
think
it's a
Armada-
military term.
Yeah, it's a military tactic, I think, like a brigade or something.
I don't know, Joe.
brigade is a brigade.
Hey,
a fleet
y'all
of
in the
warships.
military, y'all tell me.
It's a fleet of warships. Yeah, I thought it was like a Navy term. Yeah. So a fleet of warships is an armada.
Yeah, and I Googled Armada, and the first thing come up is the truck.
All right, so switching gears here. So this week we had some news come out about the NFL and their hiring practices relating to the Rooney Rule, which of course states that NFL teams must interview a person of color whenever making a hiring decision for a head coach. And Brian Flores is now filed suit against the NFL for its racist hiring practices. So if you're unfamiliar, there was a text message that came out this week that Bill Belichick reached out to Brian Flores and said congratulations on receiving the jobs with the Giants head coach. And Brian Flores was obviously shocked because he hadn't even interviewed yet. So so Bill Belichick ends up texting him back like, my bad, you know what I mean? That wasn't for you, it was for somebody else. Honest mistake. But the thing is that he still had an interview pending with this team, who obviously has already made a decision. Obviously, a big FU is say to fly out here to New York and, you wasted your time basically. So Josh, what's your takeaway or thoughts on this? Like, if you were in this situation, how would you approach it? Do you think Brian Flores did the right thing with filing suit? Or, just kind of, your thoughts on this whole debacle?
I've seen some people talk about it today. I agree a little bit with Stephen A. Like maybe his tactic could have been maybe a little different. I have no problems in filing suit because, I mean, it happens. Like we've seen it when you got 75% of your league is African-American, and yet all I can think of is Tomlin and probably Salah as the only coaches of color out there. I mean, that says everything. But in all honesty, now speaking as a fan of this team right here, Flores texted them, said him and the Saints said, "Hey, we saw on the list." I really hope they give it to him because I agree with what Colin Cowherd said, and the Giants are idiots too. Because if you think about it, no offense, Mir, when y'all had success, y'all had Parcells and Coughlin. And what were they? They were hard-nosed people. Brian Flores was taken as a hard-nosed guy. Like, didn't take no mess. So if you're the Giants, he's sitting there saying, well, after Coughlin, we haven't really had much success. Maybe we should try to find the same type of guy. Why would you not look at that? And it's kind of sad, but I really, really hope the Texans go get him because this man did turn around a Dolphins franchise, which was poop, and he had two back-to-back winning seasons. So I really, really hope the Texans make the smart decision. That's me speaking as a fan.
All right, Troy, what was your thoughts on this whole situation? You ever been in a situation like this?
Hey man, my boss is watching this, man. I can't talk. It's like no. I never been in this situation, man, but I definitely feel like it happens a lot, man.
Yeah.
Now, do I think he went the right way about it? I don't know. I feel like he might have screwed himself out of potentially getting something else in the NFL because we've seen what happened with people of color standing up for something with Colin Kaepernick. So, man, it's kind of like, are you putting yourself in a position that you ain't gonna be able to get out of now because you didn't, pick the fight with the wrong person? But I mean, shout out to him for standing up for what he believed in. But I don't really know if that was the right way to go about it. But who's to say it's the wrong way either? So
exactly. Yeah, I feel that. What about you, Mary? What's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, as a Giants fan, when I heard that Brian Flores was interviewing, that's who I wanted. But then, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, they were saying that the defensive coach from the Bills would be the head coach. Like, I mean, no way that he didn't see this because me as a fan, I knew who the head coach was going to be before he interviewed. But, I was hopeful. But, yeah, with him filing, like, I get it. It's like you can't put a price on your dignity and whatnot. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at least get a nice little check and then, I mean, I guess go coach college football if no other, NFL team wants to deal with you or whatnot. But I mean, yeah. I respect him like standing up for himself, but like other people would say that it wasn't the right thing to do, pay your dues or whatnot. But I definitely respect it. I'm sad that it was my franchise of my fandom that is doing all of this, but he's also suing the Dolphins too, so that's a plus. Yeah. So because he supposedly they fired him or whatever because he was tampering with them getting Brady or whatever because they set up like an impromptu meeting with Brady and he left or whatnot. He wasn't there because that was supposedly Brady's first choice was the Dolphins before the Bucks. So yeah, I don't know, man. I hope this moves over. I hope he gets a job. I hope he goes to the Texans for Josh's sake and whatnot. But yeah, man. Well, hopefully it plays out and it's positive and they don't try to blackball him out. And hopefully Jay-Z stands up for him.
Right.
Bro, but y'all see what else he accused the Dolphins owner for? Apparently, he paid him $100,000 to throw 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, if that comes out and that's true, that dude done. That owner is done, bro.
Nah, they ain't gonna kick the owner out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's competition.
Yeah.
Against player competition now, bro. You got to kick him out. To pay a coach to say, yo,
what
throw
do
this
you
game,
benefit from losing though? Just draft position.
Draft position,
Draft?
yes.
But the Dolphins are still going to be trash no matter
That ain't
what.
the point.
No, but if they would have if they would have tanked and got Joe Burrow,
Right.
different franchise.
No,
He
Joe
wanted
Burrow.
Justin Herbert.
Waddle and Joe Burrow, come on.
Joe
Yeah,
Burrow
he
will
wanted
be
Justin
there.
Herbert. He wanted
on jet
Justin Herbert.
skis, hating his life, but he would be Dan Marino.
Hey,
Some franchises just never going to be good, bro. You have to
You
face.
still shouldn't be able to. You can't do that. Like,
yeah,
the point is, you can't
don't-
do it.
yeah.
Regardless of what you think about the franchise, the point is you can't do that shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, every player here go 100K, man. Just
I should have took it. I ain't
I
gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hey, take a knee, fam. Take a knee. Help the
Hey,
first
but
down.
you know what I'm saying? Owner probably like, hey, Flores, it's a lot of fried chicken you can buy.
Fucked up. Throw that in the lawsuit as well.
Yeah, exactly. Offer me delicious fried chicken.
And watermelon and red Kool-Aid.
All right, Ddotcar, what's your thoughts on this whole situation, man?
Oh man, it's fucked up. First of all, it's fucked up because he would have never known about that shit. He would have went in and interviewed and just thought, "Oh man, I ain't get the job," and moved on. But my man Belichick blew up the spot, thinking he was texting no boy. And
How did Belichick find out? Like,
Hey, no,
you
hold
know what I'm
on.
saying? Pretty much.
That was payback, bro. That was payback.
There might have been, but
Belichick, like, let me ruin the
he opened that
dynasty.
door. Belichick kicked in that door and let everybody
Fo-
in that
fo.
wasn't supposed to be privy on the situation. Now everybody know what the fuck is going on, even though we know that happens. But now you have proof of it, which is why he's filing a lawsuit. Like, because now you can actually prove this shit. Like, hey, Bill knew. Like, they had been made a decision, but they still got me coming out here to interview next week. Not even like in a day or two. Like, nah, bro, a whole another week before I'm interviewing, and y'all done already made a decision, but I'm still coming out here. I think he might have screwed himself in the end, but that comes down to morals and integrity, man. Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? He trying to steward the position and the profession and make sure the coaches in the future don't go through shit like this, then it might be worth it. If he's just trying to get some money out of it and get another job, I don't know if that's going to work out that way. But like I said, it depends on what he's really wanting to get out of that. If it's change, it might. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. The NFL is a big organization. It's hard to change things, but it's worth it to fight, man, for what you feel is right. And I think that's what he's doing right now. Yeah, he definitely doing the rounds, man. Shit. I saw him on
3 shows
morning
today
shows.
alone. Yeah.
I saw him on the morning shows and everything. So he's doing the rounds and getting his story out there, which is important. And then you got people backing it up. Like you said, y'all was talking about Marvin Lewis. Hugh Jackson came out talking about, hey, like, yeah, like, this is how this shit go down.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how
they
it
were throwing
is.
money at me to lose when I was in Cleveland too. So I already know what it is and backing him. So he got people backing him as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out and what the end result of it is. Like I said, it takes a lot for the shit to change, but hopefully maybe it's a step in the right direction because we all know the shit happens and it's fucked up. But
Yeah, man.
when you ain't got no power, ain't really nothing you can do about it. Maybe this will kind of sway things in a different direction.
Hey, they say on Twitter, my man's is the Rosa Parks of the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh,
His lawyer said that.
Yeah, I heard the suit had like Martin Luther King's quotes and all that stuff in there.
Hey,
But like
they going for it. Look, they going for it.
Hey,
Whatever
they
it is.
drumming that
gusto.
It's Black History Month, baby. They
Facts.
And
On the
they
first day of
made
Black
no
History
mistakes
Month,
filing that yesterday.
All right,
You know what I mean?
exactly. That was
Yeah.
planned, brother. That wasn't no
Exactly.
coincidence.
It was definitely ready last Friday. But yeah, my thoughts on this, man, is that me just as a normal human being, I absolutely hate the interview process for any job. Like, bro, look at my resume. You see what I done. If you want me, then want me, bro. Don't ask me these situational, hypothetical questions, bro. That don't matter, bro. It does not matter.
Process.
Tell me about a time where you dissolve or you diffuse the situation. Nigga, this is billing. What am I diffusing, bro? I absolutely hate the interview process. This is the stupidest thing in the world, bro. Like, take a nigga out, get to know him. Like, hey, let's go get a meal. You know what I mean? We vibe together. I obviously know how to do the job. I'ma hire you. If we don't vibe together, you know what I mean? I'm not asking you these stupid situational questions. It's dumb. But the biggest slap in the face with this whole thing is, bro, when you go on an NFL head coaching interview, bro, them joints be like 3 hours plus, nigga. You got me sitting in here 3 hours plus asking me questions about a job I'm not getting. Nah, nigga. You're going to have to see me, nigga. Like, go on, bro. Like, nah, bro, that's effed up on the highest level, bro. Like, I don't even like 30-minute interviews, bro. Like, let's get to a 30-minute phone conversation. Nah, come on, bro. Nah. But 3 hours, bro. But yeah, like, I think it's grimy, bro. Obviously, like y'all mentioned, bro, this happened, bro. Obviously, when people, HR, if you HR out there, let me know in the comments. Like, when y'all see resumes, y'all already know who y'all about to F with, like, before they even come to the door. Like, stop wasting niggas' times, bro. Like, waiting all day on a respond to email. Like, bro, like, just hit me back. Like, nah, G. Like, all right, I'm gonna respond. All right, bet. And then we go move on. Like, come on, bro. Like, we ain't gotta do all this, bro. Like, but that's grimy as heck for the NFL. Like, bro, one black head coach out of 32 teams, and the one black head coach is because of the Rooney Rule. Was hired by the Rooneys. Come on, bro. Like, this, you can't write this stuff, bro. Like, come on, bro. And if it wasn't for Big Ben, who knows where Tomlin would be? Like, if he didn't have that consistency at the quarterback position, bro, he probably would have been out the door himself, bro. Really, the luck of the draw. These black NFL coaches, bro, like, they get so little leeway, bro. Like, the first sign
of Morris, bro, himself. He was winning in Miami. Like,
exactly. It's like on Remember the Titans. It's like, bro, if you lose one game, you out of here, bro. Yo's getting back in the spot. That's how it is in NFL, bro. Like, these coaches that are trash, these white coaches that are trash, still hanging on. These little white coordinators that's not calling plays, getting the looks, bro. Like, it's garbage, bro. Like,
garbage. Because even if you trash at head coach, they'll mess around and stick you at defense or, offensive coordinator. Like, that is trash.
It's the carousel, bro. It's the same coaches getting the same jobs, bro. Like Dan Quinn, like, God bless his soul. Like, he was just a head coach interview for other head coaching jobs, bro. Get some fresh young blood in there, bro. Some color, bro. Like, you don't think these players are thirsting for that, will respond to that, especially if your team has been trash for many years and you keep hiring the same niggas that look the same, think the same, act the same, and you wonder why your franchise is just trash, bro. Like, come on, bro, be smart. Like, they're even incentivizing hiring these minority coaches by giving away draft picks, and these owners still like, nah, I can't even mess with homeboy. Like, I can't even mess with that nigga like that.
Listen, watching the championship games this weekend, first niggas they call up and talk to is the owners. You seen these people, bro? They're old and decrepit and clearly racist. Like, they don't want to raise around, bro. Like, unless you playing for me and I'm cutting a check for you to go catch a ball, I don't want you around, bro. Like, they look at that shit completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried about who is that? Eric Bahemian at the Chiefs. Byron Leftwich.
He ain't gonna get a job.
Yeah, hey, if I was him, I'd just sit where I'm at. Like, I don't
wait for Andy Reid to retire. Wait for Andy Reid to retire.
F that, bro. Like, nah, ain't no reason he shouldn't be the head coach of the Bears, bro. Right now.
Who, Jim Caldwell?
No, the coordinator for the Chiefs. Like the GM. That's his old GM. Like, come on, bro. You couldn't even get him an interview? That's garbage, bro. And I hate that, like, when you even got a minority GM, bro, like, they don't even want to be interviewing black people because you don't like, bro, I'm just doing this because he's black. Like, black people got to be extra sensitive. Like, bro, too many of us up in here, they going to think, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. The white niggas be like, oh, yeah, that's my nigga.
That's my guy.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, like, they don't have to worry about that type of stuff, but we got to worry about, like, bro, if you in HR, you a black HR person, bro. Tell me what your boss gonna think if you hire 3 black people out of 4 open positions. Tell me how that situation go, bro.
The
Tell
whole
me how that
investigation,
situation
bro.
go.
You ain't gonna be HR for long. You gonna
Yeah.
Facts.
be warehouse
HR
work.
no more.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Hey
Like,
man, go
so,
ahead and take that suit off. Put on these boots.
Yeah.
Hey, brother,
My God.
come with us.
go ahead and log out for me. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
Right.
bro. Like, it's just trash, bro. Like, that's why I just need to be a business owner, man. I'm gonna put on the right people. Like, but I mean, for me, like jobs and stuff, bro, it's just all.
It's all a game, man.
It's all a game, bro.
It's all a game. I see it on the federal side all the time, bro. Like,
Play the
they
game.
literally get a list of whoever resume made the cut, and they looking at that shit. Oh yeah, I know him. I know him. I know him. Bet that's who getting the interview. We already know who we want to hire, but we'll at least interview a few people, man. Like,
Don't even call me in, bro.
for real, it's all a game for real.
Call me
man.
with an offer or don't call me, bro.
So that's why I'm feeling, bro. Especially when it comes to like, we got a racial, you know what I'm saying? Got that racial tint to it. Like, we ain't even like on some friend shit. It's on some racial shit where it's like, nah, we just calling you in because this rule says we have
Because
to.
we got to.
For the numbers' sake.
We trying to fill a quota. We got to.
Hey, I
interview
ain't gonna beat you. They can fly me out to do a couple interviews wherever they want. I ain't gonna complain.
You take that flight.
Yeah, give me that
Thank
flight.
you. Thank
What
you.
you supposed to
Nah,
come
man,
out?
you ambitious,
Thank
bro.
you.
You really trying to get the gig and you really want to come in and make a name for yourself, bro. Like, that's a slap in the face. Like, that's a real waste of your time, bro. Like,
That'll hurt your soul real quick.
bro, you don't think he was hurt when Belichick was like, oh shit, my bad, bro. Like, when he asked him, like, you sure you talking to the right nigga? Like, you know who you talking to, right?
Yeah, like, hey, coach,
Belichick was like,
Oh, like I said, you gotta see me. I would have went to that interview just to fight.
For real.
Just
Like,
to
bro, he
fight.
had to be hurt.
But you gotta look at the Giants' track record. Like, I knew we weren't getting Brian Flores. I knew we weren't going to get Dwayne Haskins at QB. Like, it's just certain positions, Giants not gonna let no black man head that. And then we were looking at who is it? Like the OGM for the Chiefs. He's black, I think. He was on the interview.
Have y'all ever had a black quarterback?
No.
Really? No, Geno Smith barely started. That was
Man,
it.
that don't count.
I know.
I don't care.
Eli was hurt. They had to put somebody out there.
It was either him or the popcorn guy.
Yeah, it was either him or the towel boy. Like, hey, let Saquon throw the ball, man.
Bro, that's crazy. Never.
Unless Dave Brown was the black dude that I don't know about, the QB
Only
from the
Dave
80s.
Brown I know. Hey, he ain't playing quarterback for the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, I might have had like some backups, but nah, y'all ain't never really.
Oh,
Literally, never really had
starting
one for
QB,
real.
bro. No
This is
starting
New
QB.
York City, bro. It's supposed to be one of the most liberal cities on the planet Earth.
Hey,
And you can't get no
Still.
traction with some black people up in there. That's crazy, bro.
yeah, that's wild for real.
But it just tells you how the franchise is, bro. Like, how do you look at, if you're Giants and you look at your success, when you have Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin, he had success. We already know Brian Flores was a hard-nosed coach. So it's like, you would think you sit there and say, okay, we let go of Coughlin. We haven't really been like back in the playoffs, like haven't done really anything since we let go of those like that type of coach. Maybe we should find somebody who's that type of coach. Like
He ain't that type of coach, though.
I know. I get you. But the great thing, you know who said that, though? It was Colin Cowherd. And I'm like, hey, for him to say that, I'm like, bro, he's speaking facts. And he just called out the Giants organization and everything. Like, no offense, Mir, but he called him out. It's like, bro, that's just why y'all said. He literally came out and said, that's why y'all asked, because y'all want to go away from what y'all have success. I'm like,
I mean, I'll be
honest with you. The year that we draft Daniel Jones, I thought the perfect fit was going to be DK Metcalf, and then they was going to grab Haskins. But no.
Y'all drafted, that was like when Cleveland drafted, what's the boy, Bennett? Like, bro, you see that coming, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Not a soul, bro. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Nobody seen that coming.
Like, what? Yeah.
Shout out to the Cavs, bro. They doing their thing too. OH.
Cavs open. Cavs is open.
OH on the rise.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, that's our takeaway for this week in a playoffs and news. And we look forward to breaking down the Super Bowl with you guys on our next episode. We appreciate you guys for joining us. As always, do leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Follow us on all of the socials and look for our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast fix. And from all the rows here, we thank you for joining us. And as always, stay together, stay connected, stay bros. We out of here.
They closed Foot Lockers up here.
That's sick, bro.
That's the
Like,
thing. They don't hesitate.
Probably
They don't hesitate.
because
to
of
close
old
shit
boy
now.
with them shoes.
Huh?
Like, yeah, let's just shut it down. Clean all these shoes. Old boy was getting hold of.
oh, you talk about Freak Boy.
Yeah, freak man.
boy.
Freak man.
Freak
He
man.
was in there. He was in there. Man.
You think he was talking dirty to the shoes though?
Yeah, he made he got a meaning to come get your shoes.
Yeah. Unlace for me, baby.
Look at that. shoe.
Oh,
You got
these
good
zips.
soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Touch your soul.
You know what I like? The new shoe smell. Wait a minute, Bucko.
Put that tongue in my mouth. What?
Yeah, stick your tongue out.